You are live. Yep. Good morning. How are you? Nice to see you on day 27 of the 64 ways in 64 days. Yep, you're first. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support. The thought for today is generosity. I was surprised. I kind of forgot that I had made this flower image, but it's cool. Good morning. How are you doing? The thought for today is generosity. So this is a really great topic. Um, I like it. I think it's good to be generous. Give of yourself, give of your talents, give of your time, give of your love, right? Just think about what I just said. None of those things were money. There's a lot you can give with just you. So we're going to think about generosity today in a really beautiful and broad sense. Mother Teresa said, there is a hidden poverty more pervasive than lack of money. It is the poverty of the heart. Yeah, good morning. Good morning, everyone. How are you? Let me know how you're doing. So, look at ways you can contribute to your family, your friends, and your community through your generosity. You will see how your generous gift comes back to you. So, what do you think they mean by that? Your generous gift comes back to you. Good morning, everyone. It's so good to see you. Yes, you have a surprise for me? You're feeling generous today? Thank you. Thank you. So, the more generous you are today, the more generosity you will have tomorrow. The more generous you are today, the more generosity you will have tomorrow. It's just something that we conjure within us. The more love you give, the more loving you become. I think that's true, because have you ever stopped being loving, right? You can really turn into a love drought really quick, right? So it's really good to keep it going, keep the love going. If not, try it out. Try the flip side if you need to have that confirmed. The more love you give, the more loving you become. The more generous you become, the less you need to defend what you do have. And then the greater your capacity for nonviolence. So the thought for today is generosity. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to see you there. I'm going to go there in a little bit for all my fans there. So more streams more often. So save all your questions for when we come together on Twitch. Okay. So today, here's the affirmation. Focusing on generosity now. Here's the affirmation. Today, I will find 3 ways to give generously of my time, my talent, and my resources to others. Here's a cute idea. I will create a gift certificate for someone. Did you ever do that? It's kind of a cute idea. Like, here's for, like, you could create somebody like, here's for 20 minutes of help in the kitchen, right? Here's for an hour of yard work. Wait a second. I'm just thinking of the gift certificates that I would like someone to give me. But if you want a creative idea today, something to do, create a gift certificate for someone, or just give in 3 different ways of your time, your talent, and your resources. Share your light with others. Share your love with others. Offer a helping hand. Okay. If you have someone in your neighborhood who could physically use your help, go work a little bit for them, right? Just help them out. If you're at the grocery store and you see someone struggling, an older person struggling to get something in their cart or up on a shelf, help them out, right? There's so many little teeny weeny ways you can be generous, but really to them, it's big. Yeah, I mean, I often am, I don't know why, but I often find myself next to a little old lady who is trying to buy like water bottles, and she can't get them in her cart. So there I am. And then I also suggest her to get a Brita. So anyways, the thought for today is generosity. There's a French proverb that says, No one is so generous as he who has nothing to give. So sometimes the most generous people are actually the people that hardly have anything. They hardly own anything, and yet they would give you the shirt off their back. Have you ever noticed that a generous spirit always finds ways to give of itself, despite having limited resources? It's true. There are just some people that are so naturally generous. They just always find a way to give of themselves. So today I take pleasure in finding creative ways to be generous. So welcome to day 27 of the 64 Ways in 64 Days. This is a program from agnt.org, and the thought for today is generosity. Thank you. So anyways, that's the thought for today. I did a podcast on Anchor Radio, Anchor FM, and we go deeper with Gandhi. So if you're up for it, we can do that now. If not, just duck out quietly. Just keep going if you don't want to go deeper with Gandhi, because that's our next segment, you guys. Here we go. That was my 2-second break. Okay, going deeper with Gandhi. Yep, here we go. Is Angela? It was kind of intense today. That's why I felt like it should come with a warning. Okay, so we are just talking about generosity. Now, Gandhi is going to take us in a little bit of a different direction. We're going to talk about differences of opinion. And there's a lot of words. There's a lot of words. Yay. So I'm going to read and we'll discuss. And if you have any thoughts, please put them in the chat. I appreciate you being here. So here's the quote from M.K. Gandhi. He said, and I like this, differences of opinion should never mean hostility. If they did, my wife and I should be sworn enemies of one another. So, hey, Gandhi, he's kind of funny. He was kind of funny. So if you have differences of opinion with someone, it should never mean hostility. And he jokingly just took it, kind of in a fun place and said, because if they did, my wife and I would be sworn enemies. So he was acknowledging that his beloved wife and him actually had many, many, many differences of opinion. So disagreement is a daily fact of life for all of us. Each of us have different life experiences and different beliefs because of those experiences. Thus, each of us comes to any interaction with a different reality than anyone else. So we're like basically all living in our own different reality because of our different life experiences. So this is even true in the most intimate of relationships. Okay, this is even true in our family relationships. Sometimes we hear someone say of a sibling, I can't believe we grew up in the same family. Can anyone relate? Like one sibling's like, yeah, we had a great childhood. And then the other sibling's like, what the heck are you even talking about? Like, it was terrible. Like, did we even grow up in the same family? It just seems so different. Well, of course they didn't. Okay. Each of us, because of our placement in sibling order, the age of our parents when we're children, changing health, financial situations, and other factors, grow up in unique circumstances. So this article is kind of saying, yeah, they probably did grow up in different realities. They may be similar to our siblings' experiences, but they are not the same. Because of that, even in close family relationships, individual experience, belief is different. So therefore the reality is different, right? So that's why you and I can be seemingly in the same place at the same time and literally have two completely opposite experiences because we have different opinions about life, we have different factors, we have different everything, right? So they're two different perspectives, they're two different experiences. So it is out of these differences that our individual truths arise. Okay, good morning, everybody. We're talking about differences and how we're going to see each other as different, not wrong. We're still going to love each other. Maybe. Good morning, Craig. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Skull Reaper. We'll talk about that later on Twitch. Okay, right now we're talking about differences. So each of us has our own unique opinion. All right, this is very important to understand. Okay, so we all have our unique truths, our unique opinions. Now, none of them are like the universal truth, but they are our own truth, right? All this being true, hostility over differences of opinion is not only wrong, it defeats the very purpose of any conversation. So when we are interacting with those who disagree with us, okay, we just really need to remember there is no right and wrong. There is only different. Okay, nonviolence asks us to recognize that. Okay, start looking at things as it's just different. Okay, it's not, don't be judging. It's not right or wrong. It's just different. And that will help us find common ground with each other. And that will help us on our path to nonviolence. So you guys, Gandhi really, I think I sort of skimmed a little bit. So if you really want to read this for yourself, I posted it on allnaturalme.com. But it is true, you guys. We really have to stop bringing hostility into our family life, our closest relationships. Okay. Yeah, no judgment. Everyone is individual, and that's okay. Yep, not right or wrong, just different. Feel the difference. Yeah, so that's what this day's about. First, we started off with the thought being generosity. I love that so much. And then it really, now we need to be generous in our acceptance, right? So I'm just going to read this paragraph and then we'll kind of wrap it up. The problem is that so many of us have our personal identities, our egos, so invested in the truth of our opinions that we are unable to acknowledge that different does not mean wrong. So we're so invested in our ego of our opinion that when we see something different from us, we are too quick to label it as wrong. Yes. Yep, Skull Reaper, everyone is unique. Yes, and Craig, the golden rule. Skull Reaper, I love it. He says, everyone is special in their own way, no matter what people say. Yep. So unfortunately, sometimes it seems like the closer the relationship, the more we have invested our stories and our opinions. So thus, we see people treating their family members. We will see people treating their family with more hostility and violence than they would ever dream of acting out towards anyone else in the world. Why? Because they have too much invested in their opinion and their egos. And so they lash out. So that's what I'm telling you guys. Nonviolence starts at home. It starts in your closest circle. So nothing could be more destructive than this hostility within the family. So it is really important accepting different, not wrong. Okay? And loving because of, not in spite of differences. Okay? These are keys to nonviolence in all our relationships. Learning the lessons of nonviolence in family can prepare us for the larger work of nonviolence in the world. So it's just one of the gifts that family brings us, right? We've talked a little bit about of appreciating the people that challenge us, appreciating the people that are nuisances because they are where we practice. They are where we learn how to not be judgmental and how to be unconditional with our generosity and our love. If we can bring peace into the home, we can bring peace out into the world. But it really does start within the home. And before that, it starts within your home, your vessel, right? So we need to have peace within. Then we need to have peace within our family and our friends and our relationships, and it will just start circulating out into the world. But it is so important. I love that they take it. I love that they take it home. That is where we need to bring our love, peace, and generosity. Very good. So anyways, you guys, here's the affirmative practice. Today, I will remember my truths, okay? My truths are merely opinions. I will remember my truths are merely opinions. And I will listen with an open heart and an open mind to the opinions of others without hostility. I'm going to listen with a consciousness of different, not wrong. So I'm going to listen with an open mind, an open heart, and I'm going to listen from the perspective that you and I are different, and neither one of us is wrong. We're just different opinions. Yes, have your words come from your heart. And it is sort of funny that the last affirmation to end the broadcast is today I will talk less and listen more. Too late for me, I guess, but talk less and listen more. It really is like this very simple way to really start seeing other people's perspectives. Not that you have to agree with them, but just to respect them, seeing them as different, not wrong, just different. So they're all great ideas. Can we put them into action and into our life? That's the work. So day 27 of the 64 ways and 64 days to peace and nonviolence. Day 27, the thought for today is generosity. This is a program from agnt.org. I love promoting it mostly because I love trying to practice it anyways. So today I will talk less and listen more. And today I will find 3 creative ways to give generously of my time, talent, and resources to others. So does this count as one? How much more do I have to do today? Does this count as one way that I've given my time and resources? Well, I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Yes, Craig, I love that so much. Craig said, there is beauty in the silence. Absolutely, which is why it's also hilarious that I would say I will talk less and listen more, since when I get on here, I pretty much talk. So anyways, I love you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to head over to my Instagram account, and I'm going to do a little affirmation recording there. And then everyone in the chat that was asking about My Singing Monsters, I'll be on Twitch by 11:30. So come hang out and check out the quality of that stream. It's good. All right, you guys, have a beautiful day. Much generosity to you. Let me know how you do with that. All right. Good luck. Yeah, good luck, right, you guys? Okay, you guys, thank you so very, 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 very much. I'll see you again soon. Love you guys. Thank you.